So I'm going to show you how to make poke. Poke is kind of like the trendy ceviche these days. I believe its origins are from Hawaii, and it's another great raw fish dish. And I simply love it because it's got these sort of Asian flavors. It's got soy in it, it's got some sesame oil in it, it's got a bit of heat from chili and some ginger, some pickled ginger juice. Super simple to make. It's just another alternative to use for something like a ceviche, or if you were doing sashimi, or you were doing, I guess, ponzu, something like that. Go for the poke. It's something that you make up, leave in the fridge, serve half an hour later. So you're using really good quality fish, which are at really good price as well. You know, things like trevally, kahawai, kingfish, you could use mullet. You could use any sort of firm white fish, but an oily fish like trevally, which I'm using today, as you know, is one of my favorites, especially served raw, and that's what we're using. So, and trevally fillets sort of lend themselves beautifully. And when I say that, I mean sort of the thickness of them. And we just chop it into chunks, like so. What are we going to add to this? So we're going to add some green onion. I'm going to keep a little bit of that out for garnish on the top. I want a bit of heat in there, so I've minced up some hot chili. I'll put a little bit of that in to begin with, and then I'm going to taste it and see whether I want to add a little bit more. Remember, if you put something in, it's very difficult to take it out. You can always add more, and that's sort of a rule with a lot of your cooking, is if you're using spices, if you're using salt, if you're using aggressive flavors like chili, just add a little bit at a time and taste. Yep, we can do a little bit more. Yep, that's perfect. Shallots. I've got, you know, a couple of tablespoons of shallots there. They're going in. Now, a bit of soy. That's really going to act as my seasoning in this. I'm going to add some fresh ginger. We'll bring a bit of heat to the table as well. Fresh ginger, and I'm going to use a little bit of pickled ginger juice as well. Not the actual ginger, but just the juice. That's going to add a little bit of sweetness as well as flavor. I'm going to put a little bit of avocado in there too. Another textural contrast with the trevally. Avocado, you know, wonderful superfood, goes beautifully well with raw fish. I always serve a little bit with a sashimi. I quite often put it in a ceviche, and I'm going to put it in this poke as well. And what I'm going to do is cut it, I guess, quite similar in size to the actual cut of the trevally. So sort of quite big slices. That way it doesn't break down. This is a perfectly ripe avocado. It's still firm, but it holds its shape. But again, sort of a very similar size slice to what the poke is or what the trevally is. Sesame seeds. And then a little bit of sesame oil. Everyone loves sesame oil, but you've got to be really careful with this guy. You know, it's very aggressive, the sesame oil, it can overtake it. And again, it's that sense of put some in, stir it up, and then taste. Look at that, just fresh. And so that's it. I just let the flavors infuse for, I guess, 10 minutes or so before I serve it. Look at that. Stunning. I kept a few chilies out just to add a bit of colour and a few more seeds. And what I normally do is just a little go-to sort of cracker. Look at that. Fantastic. Fresh poke. Everyone's loving this at the moment. It's just, you know, it's fresh, it's easy to make, it's delicious. Kind of those lovely Asian flavors, a little bit of crunch on the side. It's good times. The poke is good times.